Today I'm going to go over the 3 easiest ways to start making money online today. Just so you know, I'm not blowing hot smoke and I actually know kind of what I'm talking about. Here's QuickBooks last month. You can see from the month today, it was $68,000 last month. And you can also see I'm speaking at the High Level Summit this year. My name is Clay Lawrence, owner of Review Harvest. We help currently over 550 business owners just help get more Google reviews online, and they pay us monthly for it. So I wanted to create this video from the perspective of what are the shiny object syndromes that I just see as crazy opportunities that if I had to burn down my business now, what would I pursue next? And big warning here is that this video may create shiny object syndrome. If you don't know what that is, it just means that you're currently working on a business, you're currently working on trying to make money somewhere, and then you get shiny object syndrome. You quit doing what you're doing, you hate it because it sucks, it's not good or whatever, and you go try something else. But the fact of the matter is that they both suck in some way. You just have to stick to one of them. And so, yeah, just putting that out there. If you're committed to something, I would recommend keep doing it. But if you want to keep watching, let's dive into number 1, high-level implementation for local businesses. So I have this screenshot here of all the appointments we booked in the last couple of months. We booked over 400 appointments. That doesn't even include them all. And so we've talked to hundreds of local business owners, specifically in the home services space, but also in a bunch of other industries in the last couple of months. And it is insane how many of them know what high-level is and are using high-level in some sort of function, right? A lot of them are using high-level as just kind of the front end. They're putting all their leads in high-level and they're following up with them as their CRM, and then they have a CRM or a booking system or a jobber or something like that to basically run their jobs and run their invoices and run their booking and run their crew, but they have high-level as the front end. And so it is insane. I'd probably say 25 to 30% of the people we've hopped on calls with use high-level, know high-level in some way. And the crazy thing is it is so overwhelming. They don't know how to use it. They want to. They feel this guilt saying, I've heard of high-level, I've heard of AI, I've heard of AI chatbots, I've heard of all this stuff. And they have this guilt because they know they should be implementing it, but they're not. And so that's where you come in. And so kind of what I would do if I had to burn down everything is I would start this high-level implementation business. And basically the skills or the prerequisite required for this are knowing high-level, knowing what high-level is, being able to kind of move around in there and build things and create automations and use chatbots and all that sort of stuff. And if you're not familiar with high-level, feel free to sign up my link down below in the description. You'll get an extended 30-day trial instead of the normal 14-day trial. And I'll basically come on as a coach. We have 2 group coaching calls per week that you can hop on with me. I have snapshots, hours and hours of training, basically everything that took me 3 years to hit 20K per month on high level. I just try to consolidate it down and give it to you for free if you sign up with my link. So feel free to sign up with my link down below. But really, you just need to learn high level if you don't already know it. And it's not that hard to learn. There's 100,000 YouTube videos out there about high level. And then you need to help these local business owners implement it. And so honestly, the route that I would go is I would do this. So I would create long form YouTube videos and I would target these YouTube videos to particular industries, home services, plumbers, med spas, whatever. One thing that I hear constantly from local business owners who are trying to learn how to use high level is they say all the high level videos I watch are marketed towards marketing agencies, right? They're talking to a marketing agency owner. They're talking to somebody that's trying to make money online, somebody that's trying to start their own white label SaaS. They're not talking to just like the plumber that's just trying to send appointment reminders, right? And some of that comes down to the searches they're typing in. You have to be more specific. But I would create high-level training specifically for their industry, specifically for them. And these are probably trainings that are 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the feature you're discussing or depending on what you're trying to build. And the goal would be that, hey, 95% of the people that watch it are going to be able to take it. They're going to be able to use it. They're going to be able to deploy it. The content actually has to be good. But those 5% that aren't able to do it, then they're going to reach out to you. And so kind of what I was thinking is even those 95% that watch the videos and like it, there's going to be an opportunity for like a low ticket community where you could basically charge $37 a month, or, and here's the big or, you could give them access to the community for free if they sign up with your link to high level, right? So once you become an affiliate and you get some traction, you can get an extended 30-day trial instead of the 14. You can offer, basically that if they sign up with your link, they can join your community, and then you can help coach them on how to implement a booking system or how to do appointment reminders, how to basically use AI chatbots to follow up with leads, stuff like that. And basically those 95% of people that watched the videos and got value from it, they're like, oh, well, that was good and that was for free. I'll happily pay this guy or pay this girl for more help like that. And you can offer coaching calls and stuff like that, similar to what I do with our community. And so then I think short form clips and then running those short form clips on ads. So basically you have YouTube videos that are long and those are searchable. Those are going to get you free traffic, high quality leads just in the background. But I do think that some short form content basically saying, hey, are you a plumber and are you trying to send appointment reminders? You've probably heard of HighLevel, but you're like, I want to help you out with that, yada, yada. You basically just create short form content that maybe either directs them to your long form videos or your like community. I would recommend probably just direct them to your long form videos from the content. You could run ads, target home services. Actually, you just leave the targeting open. Facebook knows who to target. Meta ads are crazy right now. Crazy good with targeting stuff. And so anyways, so now you're creating content, basically trying to help these people for free, very high leverage. They can join your community for $37 a month or whatever you want to charge, or they can get it for free if they sign up with your link. In that community, you provide coaching calls, you provide snapshots, you provide more support to help them get set up and do what they want to do. And then, and this is the kicker, on your group coaching calls, once they join your community, when they email you, and then you can get people onto a sales call, a demo call, and basically you just get to diagnose all the problems. So like, yeah, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want to be able to do this, that, and the other. And you can basically charge, whatever you see fit and how much value they'll be able to provide for them for a one-time build out. I've heard of people charging $30K for one-time build outs on HighLevel, but I think most people anywhere from $1,500 to $10,000. I've done a like $6,000 build out before back in the day. And so, so you could literally charge a high ticket up front for the build out, and then you could charge a couple $100 a month, $300 a month, $400 a month for basically monthly maintenance. And if you're doing that, you can just set them up on your own HighLevel account, right? So that's one angle I would take, just helping the millions and millions of business owners who are hearing about HighLevel every year, every month, honestly, and helping them implement it. HighLevel in 5 years might be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, MarTech company in kind of the software space. And so the opportunity to go ahead and create a catalog of videos that are helpful to a certain industry is crazy. You can make a whole bunch of money from that. Number 2 is reviews, obviously. So at Review Harvest, this is what we did. We got started off just by white labeling HighLevel. The gist of it is that local business owners have happy customers, right? But those happy customers won't leave them reviews. They can't get those happy customers that text them, you're amazing, you're great, to leave them a review. I promise, if you talk to enough local business owners, you'll start hearing that over and over again. They're like, yeah, well, they texted me that they love me, and then I sent them the link, and they won't post it on Google. Or, they post it on Facebook, but they won't post it on Google. And so all we do is just help them get their customers to leave them a review. And we do that by texting and emailing them and plugging into their current system to automate it. That's it. Once you get the review, you respond to the reviews for them. You can repurpose those reviews, and you can do all of that through HighLevel. It's actually very simple. I've got 100 videos on my channel about it. But the thing is that if they can't get reviews on Google, they're invisible. They're not going to show up. Any SEO work they do without getting reviews is going to be an uphill battle. Actually, one of our biggest referral sources right now for Review Harvest is SEO agencies who have clients who suck at getting reviews. They're like, hey, you got to go use Review Harvest because you need to get the reviews so we look better. And so you could be another SEO agency's Review Harvest or Review Harvest, the referral they send your way. It's so important nowadays that you're getting these reviews. They're important not only for Google search, but they're important for the other, LLMO, large language model optimization, AI, SEO, whatever it is. They're important for all of that. And so reviews are so incredibly important. You can do everything through HighLevel and then add your logo to it and sell it for whatever price you want, a couple $100 a month. That's how I won first award. That's how I hit our first $20,000 a month. I mean, it's I can't say enough about it. You check out all my other 100 videos. I will say the cons with the reviews, and I've said this before, is that it is a little bit of a slower grind to hit your first $10,000 a month. But once you hit your first $10,000 a month, you have a completely different business than basically an agency or somebody doing high ticket, right? I started high ticket. I had an agency. I hit $18,000 a month within like 6 months, but I was spending all my time in delivery. Clients were churning. I felt like, I was just scrambling around. I could never work on my own business, but I hit, $18K a month super quickly. With Review Harvest, it took me probably 6 or 7 months to hit my first $10,000 a month. But when you get to that point, you don't have zero delivery. It's an automated service. And same thing with the HighLevel implementation for a local business owner. Anytime you're creating content and doing these clips and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit of a slower burn. If you do have money for ads to kind of funnel traffic to your YouTube videos or run YouTube ads for the videos you're creating, then that probably could speed up that success. But it will take some time. But like I said with this, you could charge $10K for a one-time build out. And so you could start getting really high cash flow months pretty quickly. And then still take advantage of that MRR from a monthly maintenance plan or something like that. because if they're on your HighLevel sub account, then they would be paying HighLevel $97 at least. And so you could charge that, if not more, for hosting and maintenance. And if you stick around, I'm going to show you a bonus tip, number 4. And this is another one of those high cash flow opportunities because we sell something up front that's honestly such a no-brainer. You can even guarantee results. I've sold it for people in the past, and it works really well. And it's one of those things that keeps me up at night because I know that we could offer this to all of our previous customers, all of our happy customers right now, and probably hit like $300K the first month that we offered this. But anyway, yeah, I'll get to it. I'm getting ahead of myself here. But let's get on to the third point, which is websites. So you've seen it, sell smart websites, sell AI websites, sell free websites, but still make money. Honestly, it's a great business model. I've done it a little bit here and there back in the day when I was trying to struggle with shiny object syndrome and building Review Harvest. I've sold a couple websites and hosting at $49 a month, which is way too low. Hosting at $199 a month, which is a little bit better. But the gist of it is that in HighLevel, you can create pretty much unlimited sub accounts and you can create unlimited websites literally just by clicking on New Funnel, choosing a template, and then changing some stuff. And so the gist of it is that, and there's more in-depth videos out there, and I can create a more in-depth video out there if y'all want it. Feel free to comment down below if you'd like it. But the gist is you reach out to local business owners, you say, hey, I built your website, do you mind if I show it to you? And then if they say yes, then you take the 15, 20 minutes to add their logo to a template and change out some verbiage and maybe put their phone number or something like that. And if you get real techie with it, which I've done in the past, you basically have a form you fill out and then it automatically creates the template that you send to them. And yeah, I did that because I'm stupid. I did that. Built it out for like a month, built out this whole robust thing where I could fill out a form and create a custom 14-page website and it plugged into AI and generated all the copy and the images and all that sort of stuff. I did that, and I did that before I sold anybody. And I was just like, actually, this is a distraction. I need to focus on Review Harvest. So anyways, getting a little too authentic here. But let's continue. Basically, like I said, you get somebody to say yes. I built you a website. You mind if I show it to you? They say yes. You build it out for them in a template. From there, you basically sell them on a hosting and maintenance plan. So you can say, hey, here's the website. You can take the design. You can go run with it. But if they're going to go host a website on Wix or Squarespace or WordPress, wherever, they're going to spend money on hosting it, right? And they're going to have to build it themselves, right? They're going to spend $39, $29 a month. And so what you can do is basically say, hey, for $99 a month, I'll set this up. It's all yours. You got the domain. If you have any questions, you need to change some verbiage, you need to update photos, we'll do that for you. And a lot of business owners are scared that websites are $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. And so they can get something this month for $99 is an absolutely great deal for them. And from there, the crazy thing about this model is the upsells. The upsells, when you own like the home presence, the website presence of a business owner, that is the home of all their digital marketing. That is the hub. That is where everything comes from. All the digital marketing leads back to the website. And so when you own that asset, or you're the one that created that asset for that business, now the upsells are endless. You can do the reviews, you can do the SEO, you can do the chat widgets on the site, you can do the AI agents to follow up the leads. There's so many different things that you can do once you've gotten your foot in the door with that free website. It's a great offer. That's why you see a lot of content out there. As you can see here, I don't have any AI ones. And for me, AI, I don't know, like it's just, there's a lot of opportunity with it, I know, and I do have some AI guilt, but at the same time, I am just like, the hype is just, it just bugs me. And if you notice in this list, not AI voice agents or AI chatbots, honestly, it's something that I haven't delved too deep in. I've been so focused on reviews, and I have a little bit of that AI guilt that I know the times are advancing and times are changing, and I haven't kind of stayed on the cutting edge for that. We'll see. I know I need to dive more into it more. But the fourth and the bonus tip, this is one that I interviewed somebody from our HighLevel affiliate community, somebody that signed up with my link. They got started in the community. They hit 10K per month with reviews, and he was in the UK, and he said that people in the UK are cheap, and he was struggling with churn, which hasn't really been an issue for us. And so when we talked a couple months ago, and then anyways, we talked on a podcast yesterday because he had his first $30,000 a month. So all he did was take all his review clients and he changed it to a ranking offer, where now he charges 3 to 6K and he guarantees they'll be ranked on the first page of Google in 90 days. And what's funny is I've sold this offer before, and the way I did it was like a ranking sprint, so like 3 months, get you ranked on the first page of Google, and then basically the low ticket monthly was just the reviews. And that's kind of how I may be releasing some more information about this and going into depth on kind of my sales calls that I did with this and showing those, my onboarding calls that I did with this offer, and then also the back end of how to set things up. But the gist of it is that most local business owners, if they get more reviews if they optimize their Google business profile, and if you get some citations and do some website optimizations for them, like most of the time you can do those within a month and you can get them ranking on the first page of Google like crazy. Like 95% of businesses in America that aren't in a super competitive spot or space, like that's all they need. And so you can take them from like zero to hero in 90 days and charge $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for it. And then went through this, you get access to the website, so you can do on-page SEO. All that means is just like adding their keywords and their H1, their meta tag and all that stuff. I can make a more detailed video on this. Optimizing their Google business profile is huge. That's basically just like correct main business category, getting them a DBA and adding the main keywords of their business to their name if they can. So like if their name is Sally's Toilets, but they're a plumbing company, then you just like Sally's Plumbing, something like that. Adding that main keyword to the name is absolutely huge. Optimizing the rest of their Google business profile, getting them a bunch of reviews with the review reactivation, which we already do at Review Harvest, right? The first play with that reviews is you take their previous happy customers, you send out a review reactivation, you get them a whole bunch of reviews up front, and they love you. And people would pay you $3,000 for that, $2,000 for that. I've charged $2,000 for that personally to do a review reactivation, one of my first ones. And so that alone to a lot of business owners is worth $2,000. But when you add on kind of the ranking offer of, hey, I guarantee I'll get you ranked in the first page of Google in 30 days or 90 days or 45 days, then that is something that's really sexy to them. You can guarantee it with a money back guarantee. And like I said, really the hard ones to rank will be the ones without an address in a competitive area. Those will be the hard ones. Everything else should be relatively simple to rank. Just purchase some citations and get them rocking and rolling. And so you could have this, how I would sell it. The guy I talked to, Oliver, this video will be coming out soon. He's selling it monthly retainer, and that's fine. How I like to sell it is basically trying to immediately sit on the side of the table as the business owner by saying, hey, listen, honestly, look at all this stuff. There is plenty of marketing companies out there who would try and sell you on a high monthly retainer. I'm looking at this. I don't think you need it. Like, I think you just need a sprint and then you're good. And like when you say that, which it's totally true. There's a bunch of marketing companies who would try and sell you on a retainer. And what I tell them is, hey, 95% of the work and the results is normally done in the first month, right? In the first month or the first 3 months or whatever. And, people telling you, oh, it's going to take 6 months to rank. There's some truth in that, but they probably don't know what they're doing if they can't get any progress in 6 months, right? And so also because as a business owner, so for Review Harvest, if we were charging $3,000 per month to all these local businesses, honestly, a lot of small businesses, that business, the relationship with that customer, 9 times out of 10 is going to end poorly. It's going to end with them not being satisfied with the service in some way, shape, or form. Because when you sell to small business owners, you have to make sense on their worst month. And that's what I'm talking about. If you sell to them monthly and they're paying you every single month, you have to make sense on their worst month so they keep you, right? And those are the businesses that are really able to scale in the small business space, because when they do have a bad month every year or every 6 months or whatever, they don't cancel you a subscription and you're able to, and they pay you for years, right? And so that's why I love the ranking sprint offer. You sit on their side of the table and say, hey, honestly, every other marketing company right now would sell you like a $3,000 a month monthly retainer. Honestly, the way I'm looking at it, it's like 90 days of work, probably going to be $4,000 from us one time. And then I think you'll be good. I mean, we'll keep tabs on it. We'll definitely still keep reviews plugged in. So now you have that monthly retainer where now you have that monthly subscription where it's like $99 or $199 or $299 a month for the reviews. And maybe you could also add in a chat widget or all this other stuff that you might be able to get $299 a month out of. That's something that can make sense on their worst month, and they'll still keep paying for hopefully years to come. But when you frame it that way and you just frame it as, hey, like a one-time expense, and you guarantee it with a money-back guarantee, it's crazy. The trust that builds. And I mean, use that ethically. The only reason I'm saying this is because you can really get people crazy results. And I did this for a company in Idaho. You can see they were ranking only 5% of the time in their grid in the first page. So this is the share of local voice, meaning in this service area, what percentage of the time are they ranking on the first page? So 1, 2, or 3. Only 5% of the time. And this was December 9th. After working with us for about a month, you can see they were ranking 84% of the time. Literally what we did, optimized their Google business profile, got them a bunch of reviews, did a little bit of on-page SEO on their website, and then got some citations and backlinks. That's it. And so I can make a more in-depth video on this if y'all are interested in it, but it is something that, once again, keeps me up at night, because the way Oliver was able to hit $30,000 his first month was he took his review customers and said, hey, we're doing this thing, and upsold them. And he already had the trust because he got him a bunch of reviews and they loved him and it was great, and he did what he said he was going to do. And I was like, holy crap, like we've got 600 or 600, like 550 active, probably 800 previous customers we've worked with and gotten great results. And so upselling a couple $1,000 offer, like that could be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, since we're obviously selling at one time. And I also think they could work great as a front-end offer. And so as a front-end offer where you're selling it basically through ads or whatever, getting them on a call, and then you try and increase the cash flow, increase the 30-day cash from these businesses that you're onboarding, and then get them on the low ticket. And then you have the low ticket as the downsell. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Those are the 3/4 ways to make money online. Also all of them kind of involve using HighLevel. That's just the space I am. That's just all I think about pretty much. And so, yeah, those are the things that keep me up at night. If I had to burn down Review Harvest, burn down this YouTube channel, how would I get started? How would I start from zero? I would probably do one of these 4 things. And obviously, it all depends on your skill set, right? If your skill set, if you don't know how to use HighLevel, if you don't know anything about SEO, if you don't know anything about Google Business Profiles or building websites or whatever, which building websites is so easy. A lot of these things are actually so easy to learn. So I hesitate to say like anybody can do this, because really anybody can, as long as you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to watch YouTube videos and just click by click learn. But look at your skill set, find one that fits your skill set the best, and then take that one and run with it, because these are things that keep me up at night. Anyways, tell your mother you love her, tell her to watch this YouTube video, like, subscribe, sign up my link to HighLevel down below in the description. You'll get an extended 30-day trial instead of just the normal 14. You'll get access to 2 coaching calls a week with me, and all my goodies, snapshots, hours and hours of training, sales calls, onboarding call recordings. You're going to see all of it, just an insight on how I learned everything, and it took me way longer than it's taking people in the community. So have a great one. Peace.